Reading with your kids.
Hola, ni hao, konnichiwa, assalamu alaikum, jumbo, bienvenidos. Hi, my name is Jedley, and this is the Reading with Your Kids podcast. We are so very happy to have you as part of our beautiful Reading with Your Kids family. And today we're talking about books that are inspired directly from our author's family. Our author today, her name is Elen Oberio. She's coming to us from Singapore, and she's going to tell us about her wonderful book, Rocky the Rocketsaur. Before we meet Ellen, we have an announcement. We have a party. We have a celebration. We have a brand new Reading with Your Kids certified great read. Be Happy to Be You is a children's picture book written by Diane Hull and illustrated by Jan Dolby. It's filled with beautifully illustrated pictures and simple text. This book is an absolute treat for children and adults alike. It's charming right from the start. This whimsical illustrated story follows a little bird who is not happy with his life and envies other animals. He keeps comparing himself with the other animals and wishes to do everything they can do. He looks at the fish in the river and tells his mother he wants to swim. His mom reminds him that he can fly high in the sky. When he looks at horses in the field, he wants to run. And when he sees frogs jumping, he wants to jump across the lily pads too. His mother constantly reminds him of his own skills and gifts that he has been blessed with. And she advises him to value his strengths and tells him to be happy to be you. This really is a beautiful book. We love the universal message. We love that message is expressed so beautifully and lovingly illustrated. And we think that you and your family will love it too. The name of the book is Be Happy to Be You. It's written by Diane Hull, and it is our latest Reading with Your Kids certified great read. Hey, here in the States, we just celebrated Thanksgiving, and you know what that means? The holiday season is right around the corner. The start of Hanukkah is right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. Kwanzaa is right around the corner. The holidays are right around the corner. And you are going to want to buy the perfect holiday gift for the people in your life that you love. Well, Little Passports is that perfect holiday gift for the curious kids in your life, no matter what age they are. Little Passports delivers fun-filled packages right to their doors every single month, filled with engaging hands-on activities, interactive projects, and unique souvenirs just waiting to be discovered. Little Passport's monthly subscriptions are designed to spark kids' curiosity about geography, world culture, or science. From exploring sea creatures in Costa Rica to building a Big Ben like the one in England or making an ancient Greek headpiece, every month is a different adventure that will fuel their imagination and spark their natural curiosity of the world around them. It is the perfect gift for kids ages 3 to 13 this holiday season. Order today for holiday delivery at littlepassports.com/reading. That's littlepassports.com/reading. We are really, really excited today. We're welcoming a brand new guest to the show. She's written a number of wonderful, wonderful children's books. The one we're going to talk about today is Rocky the Rocketsaur, the musical Clouds of Slumber Dee. Please welcome to the show, Elen Oberio. Ellen, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, Jed. How are you, Jed?
Pretty wonderful, pretty wonderful. So happy Ellen is joining us from Singapore. And what time is it in Singapore?
It's 1:21 a.m.
1:20. That's why she's so quiet. She doesn't want to wake everybody up. Well, I appreciate you staying up late or waking up early, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Tell us about Rocky the Rocketsaur, please.
Okay. Is a book about a helpful dinosaur with a rocket backpack.
A helpful dinosaur with a
with a rocket backpack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the backpack turns into the backpack turns into a rocket depending on which button you push.
Mm-hmm.
If it's red or if it's blue.
Now, I have to ask, are we talking about one of those cute little velociraptors? Are we talking about a big stegosaurus?
Just a small, cute one.
A small, cute dinosaur. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Small, cute dinosaur, you know. It wasn't originally Rocky. My son would like it named Hoppin, but then it didn't sound, right. Didn't
Right.
sound cool. So I changed the name to Rocky the Rocketsaur instead of Hoppin the Rocketsaur, because then you have to pause, right? Hoppin the Rocketsaur.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think?
And
Is the
Rocky,
title
you have
good or
the
what?
alliteration there. That's really cool.
Yeah, correct.
So where did the idea for Rocky the Rocketsaur come from?
Okay, so we went on a vacation in the Philippines last year, last January, and then my sister uh creates piñata. You know the piñata, the one that
Absolutely.
the Mexicans have.
Yep.
The one with candies inside, right? So she asked my son Linux what he wanted, which design he wanted, and he said, "I want a dinosaur with a rocket backpack." So that started the creative idea. And I said, "Ooh, that's cool." So we got the piñata. It was created. It was cute. It was green, and the backpack had his name on it, Linux. And then we went back here, and it got lost in the airport. And then for 1 hour, the officer kept on looking for it. After an hour, she found it, and it was a very unforgettable experience, and that created the seed for the book, Rocky the Rocketsaur.
Wow, so cool. Yeah. Now does your son want like royalties because he came up with the original concept for the rocket?
Sure. Yeah, he gets he gets what they call this, sausage and ice cream for it.
Well, that's great. Well, I love where ideas come from because they come from all over, and
Yes.
it's
How
wonderful.
about you? Yeah, how about you? Where do you get your ideas?
Sometimes it's the same way that you kind of get yours. You're talking with kids, and
Yeah, correct.
sometimes they just kind of pop up.
Yeah.
I don't know. The idea, well, I created my first children's book was The Great Maritini, and
Yes.
I had this magic trick, and I said, but the trick didn't have a story to it, and I wanted to tell a story. And I'm like, I want to tell, what kind of a story do I want to tell? And, the Good Samaritan would be a nice story. And, but it's religious and we can't do that. And then all of a sudden I had this character, Sam, the Great Maritini. And it just all kind of floods in sometimes.
Yes. And also from reading books from the library.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love when you're reading something and you're presented with an idea, and it
Yes.
challenges you to, what could you do with that idea?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now, how did you start writing children's books?
Okay. So when I was 6 years old, I was in my grandma's house, and I was creating a storyboard, and she asked me if I wanted to write a book someday, and I said yes. And then I joined the high school gazette. I wrote as a staff writer, and then I helped compile the yearbook. But then I started to publish a children's book in 2016. That was The Adventures of Emmanuel, the Flying Shark of Bouncyland. That was my first book, which I created with my then 4-year-old son. So he named the characters, and then I would describe the scene to him, and then he would, give his input to make it more fun. Add bouncy castle, name the shark Danny Zuko, or put a password in the bouncy castle, or name the pink dolphin Sarah, or something like that. And yeah, he has a lot of fun ideas. And then then after that, the second book came, which was, the second book was published, The Secret of the Nothing Clock. And the idea started from a hollow, a circle hollow on the ceiling. We were playing inside our house, and then, he pointed to the hollow, portion of the ceiling and said, "Oh, it's a nothing clock." And then, oh, it can be a great title for the second book, The Secret of the Nothing Clock, but not Nothing, Knottiping, like a knot, Knot, yeah, the Nothing Clock. So, yeah, so, and then, I also get some of my ideas from listening to children whenever they talk in the playground, right? Like, I would hear of zombies and floor that is as hot as lava, or monsters coming out from volcanoes. And then for the second book, I also incorporated that idea, volcanoes and, some monsters. And then for my upcoming book, which is Tango, Hot and Echo, it was an idea from my son. So he was drawing like a letter T with a face, and so I said, "Oh, THE." He drew a THE with eyes and a mouth, and then I said, "What if we if this will become a title for a book? What about Tango, Hot and Echo?" And then there will be like a bird, a mystery jungle adventure where they will rescue a bird that was kidnapped, an endangered species, a bird. So that the ideas come from everywhere, but mostly from listening to children playing and from talking with my son, my 6-year-old son.
Alan's going to talk a little bit more, going to elaborate more on that whole idea of getting inspiration, getting ideas from listening to children. I think it's something that we forget to do sometimes. Hey, something I don't want you to forget to do is to get the perfect holiday gift for the curious ones in your life, the curious kids that you love so very, very much. Well, Little Passports is the perfect holiday gift for curious kids of all ages. Little Passports delivers fun-filled packages right to their door every single month with engaging, hands-on activities, interactive projects, and unique souvenirs just waiting to be discovered. Little Passports monthly subscriptions are designed to spark children's curiosity about geography, world cultures, or science. From exploring sea creatures in Costa Rica to building a Big Ben just like the one in England or making an ancient Greek headpiece, every month is a different adventure that will fuel their imagination and spark their natural curiosity of the world around them. It's the perfect gift for kids ages 3 to 13 this holiday season. Order today in time for holiday delivery at littlepassports.com/reading. That's right, for holiday delivery. Make sure you order today at littlepassports.com/reading.
From everywhere, but mostly from listening to children playing and from talking with my son, my 6-year-old son.
I don't think you could have a better place for ideas to come from if you're talking about writing children's books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I really admire you being able to just kind of, because I know so many adults, they hear kids and they're talking and sometimes, I think for a lot of adults that they hear kids talking about these these imaginary things. And it doesn't even sound like the same language to them. They just kind of, what, you're just talking nonsense. Quiet, go away.
Yeah, they usually say that. But whenever I hear, an idea, I don't know, it just pops out from my head. And I can create a whole story out of it.
Well, I mean, I think the reason I'm mentioning this, obviously not everybody is going to be writing children's books and thinking about lava floors and nodding. But I think it's really valuable for us to understand that what might sound like nonsense to us might actually there's real value in us tuning in and listening to our kids, because
Yeah.
mixed into
They
the
have beautiful
nonsense.
imagination. They're
Yeah.
very creative. Kids are very creative.
Yeah. And hearing what they're being creative about can give us an insight as to what's going on with them. You know,
Yeah.
if something's scaring them, there might be this scary creature that's reappearing in all their imaginings, and it might be a good indication for you to, you know, kind of be aware of it and start talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Correct.
This is wonderful. I really do love hearing of your thought process or your imagination
Yeah.
process. It's so cool. You must have so much fun just being in the playground with your kids. Like,
It's so much fun. But you know, I noticed that I started becoming more creative when I started visiting museums, looking at artworks. Yeah. And then, you know, visiting the libraries and staying there for hours looking at children's books, looking at different children's books, especially the beautifully illustrated ones. You know, so
Yeah.
inspiring.
Isn't it wonderful to be able to just be in a museum or being, well, you know, and a library is like a museum, except it's a museum where you're encouraged to touch.
Yes.
And
Correct.
just be there and just let the ideas and the creativity surround you and kind of give you a big hug.
Yes. And then after I started visiting museums, I started painting again. I started painting again, and that enhanced my creativity as well. Painting more of for art therapy, not like like um like more of abstract painting. Yeah, abstract painting. And also I found this idea from an exhibit about Leonardo da Vinci, that he writes using both of his hands. So he changes his pen from left to right, right to left. And that also enhances one's creativity. Yes. Yeah, sometimes I do that. I change holding my pen from left to right, then from right to left. And then the idea flows smoothly. You won't encounter writer's block if you do that.
You know, I talk about a light bulb going off in my head. You know, oftentimes kids get frustrated when they're taking tests, or even adults when they're taking tests, and that's a kind of writer's block. What a neat thing! Just kind of help your kid switch hands. If you're righty, start writing with your left hand, and you're engaging a different part of your brain, and that might help the ideas start flowing out.
Yes.
Wow. Now, I understand you have an outreach coming up to the Philippines in November.
Yes.
Tell us
Yes.
about that.
End of fourth week of November, I'll be having an outreach with in partnership with Little Lights. It's a non-profit organization in the Philippines, and we'll be having sorry an interactive theater storytelling. That will be the first part, and we're actually creating the props. My son Linux is helping me out with, you know, coloring the artwork and all. And then the second part would be like create your own story and arts workshop, where I will be encouraging the kids. There will be like 20 kids, and I will group, and then they'll be presenting a story at the end of the workshop. And then after that, there will be a light meal. And then since there is no mascot, I'll be the mascot. I bought a dinosaur cosplay costume, and I already tried it on, and my son loved it so much. He was chasing me. As I was running around the house, and he even took a video of me. It was so much fun.
Oh, awesome. Now, in the dinosaur cosplay costume, do you have a functional rocket backpack?
Oh, I don't, but I already created an artwork that will be a substitute for it. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You must be very.
And also there will be a piñata,
Uh,
a rocket piñata, courtesy of course, my sister.
Excellent, excellent. I love getting
Yeah.
the whole family involved.
Yes.
It must be very exciting for you to go back to the Philippines with the book and with
Yes.
this new project.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what's your ultimate dream as an author, as a parent, as a creative person?
Oh, okay. My ultimate dream is to have like this themed cafe. Like, for example, Rocky the Rocketsaur themed cafe, where I can showcase my books and the books of other indie authors as well. And then I can also feature my artworks and merchandise. And then I could hold like, writing workshops there. There can be like a live band in the cafe while you're sipping coffee. You can listen to music. And then I want to hire like scholars, working students from the Philippines to be the staff in the cafe, and then a portion of the proceeds of that will be channeled to my favorite charities in the Philippines. And I have taken a social enterprise class so that uh, I'll get to realize it soon. Hopefully, I'll get to realize it soon.
That is so. That's so wonderful. I love the creativity and education and entertainment and helping others and giving back, bringing that all together. That's such a beautiful dream.
And also, there's already a menu.
You are
Would you like me to read? Okay.
absolutely.
Dino-tastic breakfast, super lunch, fly-tastic beverages, healthy dinner. Maybe you'll fly. I don't know. I just created that with my son. He was so excited, and I told him, "Oh, my dream is to have my own cafe." And then he created like this menu that I just
Well,
decided to use.
you know, one of the things I love as I'm talking to you is it is so obvious that you have this connection and this bond with your son, and I know that it's that connection has grown because you do so much with each other. How much of that bond started by you reading stories or telling stories to him?
Oh, when he was 2.5 years old, I was a bit worried because he couldn't talk like the other kids. The other kids, especially the girls, could talk. They were chitty chatty, and he was so quiet. And so we enrolled him in an enrichment class where he is taught how to read, and then slowly started building his vocabulary. And then there were assignments, and I would help him with his assignments. And at night, I would read to him. And then I discovered that slowly, he's starting to talk. And then when he became 4, he became so chitty chatty, so talkative already. And now he's 6. Oh, there's no, what we call this, dead air. When you're with him, he talks a lot. He talks a lot. Like his dad. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful story. I love that, and I love, we're all about encouraging families to read more together, but that's just the starting point. It's reading together and cooking together and creating together and imagining together. And
Yes.
it's obvious, that's happening in your home, and the fruit of that interaction is the wonderful books that you're making. You don't have to be a writer to experience the same type of joy that we're hearing Ellen talk about. Just doing stuff with your kids and spending that time with your kids is so very, very valuable. What are you going to do?
And also, when I printed the book that we created together, he was so excited, and he placed his name on it, and he said, "This belongs to Linux Ford." And then there's a dedication that says, "I love you, Mommy, forever." He's so sweet.
Yeah, he is sweet.
Yeah.
Well, he's sweet because of the time that you spend together. He understands just how special that relationship that he has with his parents is.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So, do you have a new book that you're working on right now with your son or with anybody else?
Oh yeah, the Tango, Hot and
Yes,
Echo.
yes, yeah, uh-huh.
And then just about 3 hours ago, he pitched another title, OMGs, the OMGs.
The
The OMGs, a superhero. So it's a super O, and then epic M, and then funny G. The OMGs.
The OMGs.
Yes.
All right, I love it. The THE and the OMGs and well, there are a couple of others, but we can't mention them. That might not. Well, you might be able to work WTF into a book. I don't know. Who knows?
And then also the second book for Rocky the Rocketsaur, The Magical Land of Jalamain, which will involve bears and a red creature, and of course, Rocky the Rocketsaur.
Awesome. Well, I know folks are going to want to connect with you online and find out more and always be ready for the new book from you to come out. Where can folks connect with you online?
They can find me in Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have an Author Central account. They can find me in Amazon. And also on Instagram, as Elford Creative. And Facebook. Just search Elen Oberio.
Excellent. Well, we want everybody out there to get their creative hats on and check out Rocky the Rocketsaur, Musical Clouds of Slumber D. Ellen, I have had such a great time speaking to you. I was going to say this afternoon, but it's this morning over there in Singapore. Thank you for staying up, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Please be sure to join us for the next edition of the Reading with Your Kids podcast. Our guest will be Robin Miller. Robin Miller will be coming back to talk about her Reading with Your Kids Certified Great Read, Breaking the Barriers. And it really is a fascinating conversation. You don't want to miss it. If you are an author of a great children's book, we would love to have you on the Reading with Your Kids podcast. Being a guest, it's fun, it's easy, and it is absolutely free. Gives you a chance to tell thousands and thousands of people about your fantastic book. All you need to do is go to our website, readingwithyourkids.com, click on the contact button, let us know about your great book. We'll let you know the next steps, and they're really, really easy. In a moment, I'm going to be thanking Ellen for being here on the show, and I'm going to be thanking our friends at littlepassports.com/reading for sponsoring the show and for putting together such a great holiday gift for kids. But before I do that, I need to thank all of you out there who've been voting for us for the iHeartRadio Best Kids and Family Podcast Award. That's right. We've been nominated for the iHeartRadio Best Kids and Family Podcast Award. Incredible. Only 5 podcasts have been nominated for this great award, and they're great podcasts. There are a couple of NPR shows that are nominated, a couple of shows from other networks, and our little show. It's just me and my producer and my wife cheering me on. And all of you out there voting. Now, if you haven't voted already, we would love it if you could. You just need to go to the iHeartRadio Podcast Award website. You can vote for us up to 5 times each day, and you can vote each day, and we'd really appreciate it, because like I said, we're up against some really incredible podcasts with big, strong networks behind them, so we would love your help. We're honored just to be nominated, but it would be awesome, be really, really awesome to win the award with your help. Hey, we want to thank, like I said, we want to thank Elen Oberio for being here today. We want to thank our friends at littlepassports.com/reading. Little Passports is a perfect holiday gift for that curious kid on your list. With the subscription to Little Passports, kids get a fun-filled package each and every month designed to inspire their curiosity in geography, world cultures, or science. It's perfect for kids of all ages. Order today for holiday delivery at littlepassports.com/reading. Hey, I don't want to forget. We want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. And as always, thank you so much for making the world a better place. by reading with your kids. I'll be looking for the next edition of the Reading with Your Kids podcast.